uh, a tremendous lot going on recently. Started off with our girl Betty White leaving up out of here um, before what we thought was her time, but obviously it was God's time, and they were ready for her to go. Started off that way. Recently, Sidney Poitier, we see him. He has passed. But then we see the Ahmaud Arbery trial. Now, I tell you, I got to talk about that trial right there. That was something else. Honestly speaking, um, I was surprised. I can't. I'm tell the truth. I was surprised. To not that I did not believe that the evidence was overwhelming. Clearly not that. I was surprised to see that this mixed race jury was able to see beyond race and to do the right thing and to convict this man, these men, of this very, very heinous crime. And to see the judge, I'm going to tell you, I didn't see life without parole. I did not see it. But he did the right thing. And that's the main thing that we got to look at nowadays is, people in elected offices doing the right thing, because that was the right thing. I can't imagine, how that young man had to feel fighting for his life in that fashion. And all his was doing was being out for a jog, just out for a jog, enjoying himself, come upon what these goons, and yes, that's what they were, these goons. And then what do we see them doing? They taking this boy's life, which was just, it was unbelievable. His mother having a sense of finality in the loss of her son. So, just so tragically. And then the comments, according to the police, they said that Travis had said, we got us an in. That they said that they believed, well, we really were not sure that he was stealing. But that's what you asserted as a defense, that you were trying to prevent a fleeing felon. And what is a fleeing felon? At common law, if you saw someone committing a crime, you could then chase after them. Even if it results in deadly force, or that they die, if it's a fleeing felon and you were trying to prevent their escape, then that was a defense. What is a defense? A defense is something if believed. It doesn't mean that if you're charged with a crime and you say, I was acting in self-defense, that does not prevent you from being charged. It's a defense that is presented to the trier fact, which is normally the judge or jury, depending on what circumstance it is. And if they believe it, then you get set free. So what they believed was that this jury was going to believe that they were trying to prevent a fleeing felon, that he was fleeing from the scene. But this was a modern day lynching. That's all this was. And they boy Rhodey riding them down with the car. It was a modern day lynching, and he tried to fight back the best that he could. This was absolutely horrible. And I commend the jury, which was mixed race, for doing a phenomenal job. I had an opportunity to post something, and I'm going to say this to you. When I was a former judge, my challenge was getting Black people to sit. No one wants to go to jury duty. They don't pay right. It's an interruption in your life. Okay, that's a major. It's an interruption in your life. But the benefit of it is that you get to share your value, your belief system with other people who may have different perspectives. And it's easy being, a social media juror. That's easy. Oh, they shouldn't have did this. But babe, when you call, I can't go. I don't want to. We need you on the front line. And I know that, and I believe in my heart that now that we're seeing that there's a lack of investigation, or maybe the verdicts are not the way that we should be, that it would encourage more people to participate. You know, I mean, we glad for justice. I agree with you, Miss Lynn. But guess what? When it's your time up, you got to be saying, "Come on, let's team up. Let's team up. I'm ready to go." We have to be willing to be proactive. We got to be able to do that. We got to be able to say, "Hey, it's me. I'm up." And no matter how intrusive it is, we got to stop letting other people do our job. Then when they do it wrong, we mad at them. But when we had an opportunity to do what we're supposed to do in our situation, well, it wasn't on TV, it don't matter. You know, I remember having a trial, a case many years ago. And there was a white homeowner. And he lived down at Cass before the gentrification really started. This must have been maybe about 10 or 15 years ago. And there was a man who was shooting dope on his porch. And he was so tired. People were breaking in his house. It just was a buildup. So he told him to get off his porch. And he said, "Man, you don't talk to me like that." He said, "Get off my porch." And a guy was reaching and had turned around. I said, "Man, forget you." And was turning and reaching in his bag to grab a sandwich. That man shot and killed him. We had an all-white jury and a black juror. Black juror said, "This ain't right," but she sided with them. She said, "Because, hey, I can't be here all day. We can't have that kind of justice." We'll be back. I hear my music. We'll be back, and we're going to get into it. Let's stay on.